Welcome! One more time. Welcome to another episode. Wow! Let's get right into it.
That's the thing you say. So I have a quick question that it won't be quick. Are you a people pleaser? I know that, but the people don't know this. And if you are, what I know, do you think it restricts you in your life in some kind of way?
Well, you already answered the first question. I do consider myself a people pleaser.
Just for the record, I am as well a people pleaser.
Well, I think it does kind of affect me in a way. Like my confidence just suffers because of this, I think. Because I don't show up for myself that in a way that I would like to show up for myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, I don't really have too much boundaries. I think it's hard for me to define them and then to like be vocal about them.
And really set them straight and tell them.
Yeah, so I just know on a subconscious level that that's hard for me, and that when a situation comes up where like being firm with your boundaries is needed, I know that I will have a hard time standing up for myself. So that's kind of trust issue with myself, kind of. So, yeah.
So what boundaries are hard for you to set?
I like to sometimes just withdraw myself
from people,
from society, from
the reality.
Yes. And then I feel guilty when I'm like not answering texts.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't have the emotional energy to
cope with reality.
Yeah, to cope with just social interaction.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't know, I'm still kind of in conflict with myself whether it's okay to really be like, no, I don't want to answer. I'm not gonna answer that text for the next couple of days.
And I'm like, Franzi again. What can I do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's okay or if it... Because, I mean, I also, I don't know, prefer when somebody answers quickly, but I'm also not... It's like, it's not that important. Like, I'm like, okay, then I'll just do some other stuff.
Yeah, I'll get my answer sometime.
Yeah, it's not that... Like, only if it's something urgent, obviously. Yeah. But it's most of the time it's nothing urgent, so...
Yeah, but I get that if you like you're on your phone and there comes like a message or a text and you're like, you're reading it and you're like, I don't want to write. Yeah, I don't have the energy now to answer, to respond. It's and I'll do it later, and then sometimes you'll forget, and then it's like, I still can't. And I don't know. It's hard.
But obviously, also just saying no in general to things. It's also hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm doing better at it than I was
back then
in the day.
It's like you're 40. Back then we were younger.
So yeah, it's not that bad anymore, but still, it doesn't feel nice to say, no.
Yeah, obviously.
Sorry.
You don't want to disappoint the people you like, but I feel like, I don't know, for me it's harder to say no to people that I'm not that close with. I feel like when I want to say no to people that I'm closer with, I feel like I'm more free to do so, or I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, because you know they will understand you.
Yeah.
It'll be alright.
But is it for you the other way around? Or is it?
I don't know, honestly. It depends on the person, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, does it affect your life, or does it restrict you in any ways?
It's similar to saying no to something. It's like when you're trying to stand up for your own opinion. If you like really have an opinion about, not even, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It's just like what are we eating? Like, are we
Yeah.
eating Mexican food or Chinese food? And you're the type that rather would eat Chinese food, and you don't know if the person, where does the person stand?
Yeah, what's their preference?
Yeah. I find it really hard to like say I'd rather eat Chinese food. And I hate it if the person then says like, you're just not comfortable with my decision. Then I'm like, what did I say wrong? I'm doing everything wrong.
Well, I mean, you could just say, I would prefer
yeah,
Chinese
I know.
food, but I don't. But if you don't want it, then we can like just be.
But then,
honest.
yeah, obviously, I'm not dishonest.
I know, but you can, but you're also not completely honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just worried that the other person is also like a people pleaser and then is afraid to tell me that they wouldn't like it, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to tell them I'm not happy with this decision. I'd rather do the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, both people pleasers have to learn to stand up for themselves. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of you can't just take their lesson away, like the thing they have to learn.
Yeah.
You can't save the person. That's something I had to understand, that you can sometimes save.
You had to. You already understood it, or I did not.
Well, not necessarily concerning people pleasing, but just in general. Sometimes you want to help somebody, and you feel really bad when you can't help them. But sometimes it's just they have to learn something. They have to go through some real hardship in order to.
Even though it's not a real hardship.
No. Yeah, that's why I said not necessarily concerning.
I didn't. She didn't agree with my decision.
No.
But I feel like this comes a little bit with like acting like the person you're around with. Like you're really trying to fit in, so you're like mirroring their behavior. You want to be like them, so they don't reject you in some kind of way. Yeah,
because obviously people like people that are similar to themselves usually, obviously, or just I think I do that too a lot. Just adapt to the person, just because it's then easier to interact with each other or to just communicate. It's just easier, and I don't mind really to just change one personality
into someone else. No, a little bit changing is, I think it's fine, but if you really have to be another person, it's hard to keep that friendship up.
And it definitely also feels wrong.
Yeah.
When you like, I always get that feeling when something is kind of wrong or feels odd. When I'm in a situation, it just feels really wrong and makes me like I wanna just run away and cry.
And hide from everyone.
Exactly.
Yes.
When I get that feeling, then I know, okay, it's not the right place here.
Yeah, not the right people. Person. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I really struggle with for like actually my whole life, basically.
Oh, that's sad.
No, maybe not my whole life, but for a couple of years, definitely. It's that weird thing that people do in Austria and in other countries as well, when they greet each other, but it's mostly with relatives or like people close to the family, I guess. It's just a kiss on each cheek, you know? It's not really
like this.
A kiss. Yeah, it's just a kiss in the air.
I hate
basically. And it's just weird. Like only people older than 30, I think, do it.
Yeah.
40, maybe.
Ugh. I don't know. Do younger people do this?
Like, only with other elder people.
Yeah, I was trying to think of my relatives. If anyone, no. Only over 30, I think. Like
definitely. Yeah. At least 30. But yeah, it just sucks.
It really sucks.
Because it's just...
It's awkward as hell.
Too personal.
And too personal,
like, come on. Like, give me some space.
They're interfering in your personal space like really badly.
The amount of closeness that I would like grant certain people is only like maybe 3 people or something like that, and not And these are really just 3 people that I would do that with, but it's so awkward that I wouldn't do it with anyone. It's awkward and weird, and why?
We could just say hi.
Yeah.
And it would be fine. You don't have to kiss me 2 times on the cheek. It's not even on the cheek.
I just don't like it, but I never gathered the courage to say, sorry, I don't want this. I'm just like, take my hand or take nothing.
Please leave. I'm just here and that's enough, please.
I need my space and I need everyone
I don't want any
to
kisses.
mind my space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you don't want to say this because you're...
I don't know, because everyone does that and because...
Peer pressure? Because of peer pressure?
I feel like it is...
It's not even peers.
No, it's not peers. It's just asked from me.
Mm-hmm.
But actually only because I'm a girl, I think.
That's...
I think because...
Oh my god. This just makes it weirder.
Yeah, just...
This thought is just...
Well, I think it wouldn't be asked of me if I was a boy, I think. Or like not necessary. It would be like... I think it would be kind of weird, actually.
Your grandma would...
Yeah, okay, maybe
like,
my grandma, but she's like... She's my grandma, so...
Yeah.
She has a privilege, of kissing.
But I don't do this to men. You would be like your granddad or your...
No.
Or your uncle. It's not your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's just weird.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not just me. It is weird, right?
But you're hugging him and then he gives you like... Oh my god. But ours is more awkward because our greeting would be like giving them a handshake and then... That's just 2 different things. It's like not that close is like the handshake, and then the kissing is like too close.
Yeah,
so it doesn't fit.
It's kind of weird. But I think it even gets more awkward with me because I'm sometimes like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like hand hug, but then it's like
she wants the kisses. I don't know.
It's just a weird mix, and it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like you have to be ready for everything. Like you're like this, and then you can look or.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm sometimes trying to just offer my handshake,
like take it,
but then they just pull me into.
Then you're like with a knife in your belly, like
it's not that bad, but yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah, but because you don't want to say it because you're also kind of afraid they're mad at you.
Yeah, I don't know, because actually the other day I was trying that exact thing with the hand, but then I was like, oh no, yeah, come here, so.
And you're like, what?
And like, I tried, but it didn't work.
With who did you try this? With your...
With my uncle. Yeah.
It really annoys me. I thought like it was a grandma or some aunt.
I need to find a sentence, like a phrase that I can say
and
just prepare it, like study it like vocabulary.
I'm sick.
I'm sick. But can I just be honest? Why is it so hard to just say that? And even if they don't like me, then I'm like, okay, well.
I would be afraid of them annoying me with like, oh, she needs special treatment because she doesn't want to give me kisses on the cheek. And then they like not gossip but make fun of me in some kind of way.
What you mean.
So I would like be like, oh, I'm sorry that I said this.
I know.
So then I would be like really
upset.
Yeah.
Or like hurt kind of.
It would really hurt me.
But I mean, the thing is just that if they don't respect you, then they're just not worth your... I don't want to say your time, but they're just not worth of your hurting.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Or of that closeness.
Yeah, that also.
So yeah. But they're not worth my hurting. But when someone is mad at me, I like cry. Like really, it hurts me so much that I can't deal with this. So I wouldn't ever say something like this.
I think that would require mindfulness. you know, when you just know what you feel, like emotional intelligence, when you know what you're feeling, because feelings just are, right? When you can't really change them sometimes, but you can
Yeah.
be like, okay, I know these feelings are here for a certain reason,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that I have to like dwell on these feelings, or that I have to reinforce these feelings. I can just let them be there and feel that way, because we can only get through feelings through feeling them, kind
Yeah.
of.
So you're saying I shouldn't cry?
Now you can cry. You
Okay.
can do all those things, but just with the consciousness of, okay, I know that I don't have to do this. I know it's
Okay.
not kind of needed.
It's not needed that I cry or that
Yeah.
I'm sad because someone is mad at me.
Yeah, but you can allow yourself to be sad and
Yeah.
still be sad.
Okay.
Even though you tell yourself, but I know this, I shouldn't be sad, but yet here I am, so I'm just sad and it's okay. We need to accept something before we can move on from there.
God,
Yeah.
that's really hard though. Don't you feel this? Are you like, okay, you're mad?
Depends on who.
Okay.
I would be, but I think, yeah, I don't like it. I definitely don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also depends on the person, and also,
Are you feeling that day?
yeah, probably that as well.
But I feel like it comes with, or it comes hand in hand with the, like, avoiding conflicts.
Yeah, definitely.
So I do this, and I feel like you do this too.
Yeah,
but you're not
I do this. Maybe
crying then. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I know, you just need to detach.
That's something really hard. I don't know if I want to detach that much.
They just, okay, I don't care anymore about anyone.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it's just, I think it will like pile up, or like reach a certain point where you just have to detach, because it's too much that you're feeling, or like because of other people, that you just have to, okay, that's it. I need put some distance between that.
But is a solution also like not avoid the conflict and go into the conflict?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes we can avoid the conflict, I think, even though we like to run from it a lot.
We like to what?
We like to run from it.
Yes.
I mean, when we actually have no idea what we're talking about. Just little disclaimer: we're by no means
specialists.
Yeah, that's just what I think.
Yeah.
Or like from what I've learned,
what we have learned in our
lives, but also from a very reliant source called YouTube
or Pinterest.
Exactly.
No, I don't know.
Or Instagram.
But I wanted to tell this one story that's connected to this avoiding conflict thing. All right. So the story happened to me yesterday, actually.
So the wound is very fresh.
No, it's not a wound. It just happened to me, and I was like, yes, because what?
A good story. Like, yeah, at least I can make something meaningful out of my pain.
It wasn't really a pain, but it got to that 5 things. I mentioned them in the first episode that I'm like, I have a strong meaning about. And it was like, it's not five specific things, but like some roughly. Things I just have a strong opinion about. And it came to that one thing. Because I was at the cash desk again.
These things always happen at the cash desk.
Yeah. So me and my mom wanted to buy some stuff, and the cashier, I don't know, she knew my mom from work, or I don't know. And she asked my mom or if she has like an off day. And my mom answered like, yeah, because we were going because of the Taylor Swift concert. Mm-hmm. And I was like, next to it, I was like, yeah, sad story, but we'll have to move on now.
Because just for the record,
everyone.
Yeah, but I know, but like not all Taylor Swift concerts got cancelled in the history of Taylor Swift concerts. So
it was like the Vienna thing.
In 2024.
Like this weekend now. So it got cancelled. We were all sad. We all cried about it. It's okay. And the cashier was like silent after my mom said that, and she was like, and I was like, oh my god, what's she gonna say? Like, is she gonna feel for us? Is she like, it's a sad story, I feel for you? But she really said, are they like I feel like kind of racist stuff if they're all from Austria, and if they couldn't just put them on a plane and fly them back home. And I was like in shock. I was like, I mean, yes, we're all sad that it happened and that people plan those things and it's horrible, but we can't just be racist about it. We can't just say all people that come from more Eastern or Southern countries are doing bad stuff or are like bad people. And I was like, you can't just say that. To the cashier, I was like, you can't just say this.
You really did that.
And she was like, she was saying something else. And I was like, still, yeah, but you as a person, you can't say this. It's not okay. And then I said like, yeah, but that's racist. It's racist to say this. It's not okay. It's you're degrading them, all people that aren't bad people and are from other countries. And she was like, yeah, but that's my opinion and I'm okay with it. Or I'm like, that's my opinion. And I was
that's the way it is.
Yeah, I was baffled. I was like, I was laughing a little bit and I was like, okay, then bye. And I was just going because I was so angry at her. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? It's not making sense. And can we just be happy that it didn't happen? Yeah. Now we don't have to
I don't know.
hate all people.
I think it's very brave of you to just say that to her and spit in her face.
I was like, what are you saying?
Because it's true, and so they need to hear that it's not just okay
to say stuff like this.
No. Yeah.
But I was like, every time I do stuff like this, adrenaline shoots through my body and I'm like shaking a little bit, or I feel like I'm shaky after that. Every time I do this, it's exactly every time the same way, and I feel like this rush. It's like I'm going on stage and I don't know. Everyone looks at me. The same rush.
Like you were exposing yourself to a great danger.
Yeah, it's crazy. It happens every time.
Yeah, that's why I just don't do it really often at all. So.
Because I feel like I could lose something, or I don't know. Even though it's not necessary.
Like it's a real threat. You think it's really, really dangerous.
Yeah, even though I don't
like nothing can happen basically.
I think she doesn't like me anymore, and then I said the truth, and now she doesn't like me. Well, then she shouldn't like me. I don't know. I'm better off.
It's not worth it.
She's not worth it because she is not worth of me. I don't know.
If she can't respect you, then she can't be in your life.
I
heard that being said, and I think it's kind of true.
My mom was between us. And then in the evening I was saying to my dad, I nearly fight with the cashier in the shop. And he was like, oh. And my mom was just laughing.
Yeah, but I know that this is kind of a very demanding situation. And that's probably why we consider a lot if we should put ourselves in that situation to begin with, or just maybe that's why we avoid it so much, because of the way it makes us feel. And it's really hard to navigate through these situations, because obviously when there's just emotion, all the rationality just leaves the chat.
Yeah, leaves my body.
Yes.
But it would have been way worse if it would have been a person that I'm closer with, I feel like. Because I feel like I could have just run and never go to that store again, or never see her again, and it would have been okay. But if it's with a person you like, it's worse.
Yeah, because because like the conversation just keeps going on,
Yeah.
goes on, because you will talk to that person.
You can just
inevitably.
ban
Yeah.
them from.
Yeah, you
your
have
life.
to work through the
Crazy.
through the conflict. So
And that's a conflict that can't be worked through because she is
yeah,
another.
but well, if somebody close to you has this mindset, like,
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
don't
even
wanna-
happen. I don't think you would ever have somebody.
No, hopefully I don't.
I think it's also a tough decision whether we want to be in such situations or not, because I once read that quote that basically says, when you fight with a pig, only one enjoys getting dirty, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No. What?
Maybe it's a little bit different, but it basically says that when you fight with somebody, like you're both in a mud
Yeah.
hole, and you fight, and you don't like the fighting, you don't like the getting all dirty,
Yeah.
but the other person, like the pig, enjoys it. They enjoy, but that's a little bit something different, because some people just genuinely enjoy arguing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then it's just not worth it, because they just really push for that conflict to come, or for like that, for like really a conflict to even
happen.
Yeah.
They're attracting them a little
Yeah.
bit and
like them
forcing them.
making it happen
Yeah.
consciously, and you're just arguing with them, even though share your opinion, or maybe they're not even that strong with their opinion.
Yeah.
They just want to argue.
They're just arguing for the reason to argue.
Yeah, for arguing's sake.
Yeah, for arguing's sake.
But I mean, that's a little bit different. But sometimes I'm still like, and I also read another quote. I have to look it up. Okay, I found it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the one that I was thinking about. And it says, the one who smiles instead of rages is always the stronger one.
Because
basically, I think this it's because of the same thing that I just said, because they don't give the other person the power over them to decide what mood you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just like, because it's not worth it, and you don't want to spend your energy on something that's stupid, you know?
Yeah. They don't have like the power over your mood. And
Exactly.
You're
It's
not spending your energy on this.
Yeah. You're just like, okay. Because when you're really, really like sure about your opinion, I feel like then there's no need to defend it, because I know it's true for me, and if they don't believe me, then they don't believe me. I don't feel the need to fight it, kinda.
Yeah. Because they won't share your opinion after you fight.
Yeah.
And this just costs you energy.
Exactly. And I oftentimes, I'm pretty sure that people who are like really getting really defensive about their opinion is when they are actually not sure about it, or then they are doubtful.
Okay.
Then they feel like they need to defend.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. So
yeah. So that's actually a sign of insecurity, when you're like getting extremely emotional and feeling like you have to make the other person understand as well what you think, but you're actually not really sure about it. So
but I feel like I'm sure about my opinion, but I still get emotional. But it doesn't work if you're with a person who doesn't share your opinion. You can't force it on them, and especially not in that emotional way. It just leads to the opposite of them not acknowledging you. So it doesn't help you, and it doesn't help them. So
true. But I mean, because you said you always, or you also get emotional. I mean, it can have like various reasons, obviously. So
yeah, it's just a topic that's very close to my. I don't know.
And that quote is from Lao Tzu, just to put it out there.
Okay, I don't know them.
I think he's like Buddhist.
Oh. Okay.
I think.
Very wise
Yeah, he said some very, very
Deep shit.
interesting- yeah, well, some really good things that I try to implement in my life. And I think they actually did shape me in a way. So
It's good. Maybe they'll shape you or me. So, coming to an end, we have this one phenomenon, not a phenomenon,
It is
reoccurring
a
phenomenon.
Recurring.
That is the deep question, and we'll try it again.
The deep question of the day.
And
Deep
it
question
is,
of the day.
it is, how do you cope with a bad mood?
Well, I have my strategy.
Yeah, your strategy.
Step 1, acknowledge your bad mood and allow it to be there. Just be like, okay, I'm feeling that way. It's okay. I mean, if there's like it's a deeper problem, then you definitely should put a little bit more effort into solving the problem, or like
working through it.
Yeah, like where is that actually coming from?
Yeah.
But if it's just a bad mood, then it's okay, because we can't always feel happy. We need both sides.
You can't just be happy. Without rain, there wouldn't be flowers.
Yeah.
If you want to put it like that.
Or like too much sun makes a desert, so
shit.
Well, yeah, and then I distract myself.
Yeah.
Or like or like let it be in the background, the bad mood, and focus on something positive. Like, see, how can I see this situation in a positive way?
Yeah.
What could be the meaning of this? Oh, that is just so INFJ to look for the deeper meaning. Why does this happen to me right now?
Yeah.
What does life want to teach me? And then it just has a meaning, and
then
it's not just there. I'm just like, it's okay, because I will look back at this situation and be like, now it all makes sense.
This was there. Nice.
It's all
solved now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or just do something that makes me feel better, like doing sports. I think this really helps.
Yeah.
Just move your body.
Being distracted. But you already said that. And sport distracts, actually.
Yeah, because it makes you kind of can focus on something and not your thoughts.
Yeah, on your body.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I feel like distraction is the main thing you can do as when you have a bad mood. So I do this, obviously, as well. But I have this one thing. I lock myself into my room, and then I like try to not talk to anyone, because I would just...
What is happening? I should take a look.
So I'm just...
locking yourself in your room.
And I'm not talking to anyone, because I would just...
piss off anyone else.
I wanted to say it in a different way. I was like projecting my bad mood onto other people, but pissing everyone off is like... It's just... mine was like...
You put it
in a nice basket, and you like said it how it is. I didn't. Yeah. You didn't sugarcoat it.
Sometimes we just need the harsh truth.
Yeah. So this is what I do, actually. Then I'm like also trying to find out how I can solve this, and if it can't be solved and it's just not that deep, then let it go. Leave it, love it, or
change it. Or change yourself.
Change yourself. That's the quote of today, I feel.
It's not from me, though.
Yeah.
I once heard it.
So, you can comment down below how do you cope with a bad mood if you want to.
Yeah, I feel like it's always kind of weird saying that, because people will do it anyways if they feel like it. You know what I mean?
No.
Well,
comment?
Yeah, they comment. If they want to comment, they will comment anyway. But
yeah.
This is the official call to comment.
Yeah. So thank you for listening.
Or watching.
Or both. And Ramen.